Let me ask you a question. What problem are you trying to solve? Now be honest with yourself. Did you answer that clearly? Or did your mind immediately jump to solutions? Because here's the truth. Most poor decisions don't come from bad intentions. They come from poorly framed problems. If the question you're answering is vague, biased, or too narrow, even the right answer won't help you. That's why great thinkers don't rush to decide. They slow down first. They make sure the decision itself is framed clearly. And that's what today's lesson is about. Decisions framing is the process of defining what choice you're actually making, why it matters, what your real options are, and what trade-offs exist. Think of it this way. If a decision is a fork in the road, framing is making sure you're standing at the right fork, because choosing confidently doesn't help if you're choosing between the wrong options. Here's a rule worth remembering. Before you answer a question, make sure it's the right question. Let's say a student asks, "Should I switch from engineering to design?" That sounds like a huge, high-stakes decision. But when you dig deeper, you often find something else underneath. Are they burned out, bored, struggling with the teaching style, feeling disconnected from the work? What are they really deciding? Is this about a career path or about their current learning environment? Are there other options, internships, electives, side projects, a lighter course load, a different specialization? Now imagine reframing the question like this. How can I align my learning with what energizes me while staying employable? Suddenly, the decision opens up. More paths appear, the pressure drops, and smarter, less drastic options become visible. Decision framing doesn't give you answers. It gives you better questions, and better questions lead to better decisions. Because clarity doesn't come from choosing faster. It comes from understanding what you're actually choosing between. That's how you stop reacting to choices and start designing them. A student asks, "Should I be president of this club or not?" That sounds like a reasonable question, but it might be the wrong frame, because underneath it, there are better questions waiting to be asked. Like, do I actually want leadership experience? Is this the best way to grow those skills right now? Is this aligned with my long-term interests? Or am I saying yes out of guilt or pressure? When you ask better questions, you get better answers. Most people don't pause long enough to do this. They rush into action. They react emotionally. They copy paths they see around them. They trap themselves between two false choices, this or that. But high performers do something different. They slow down the start of the decision. They take time to understand what's really at stake, expand the options beyond the obvious, and notice the trade-offs hiding beneath the surface. That's strategic thinking. A simple 4-step framing process. Step 1, define the decision. Ask yourself, what exactly am I deciding? Be precise. If the question sounds vague, it probably is. Step 2, zoom out. Ask, why am I making this decision now? What's pushing me but pulling me toward it? Deadlines, expectations, fear, opportunity. All of these shape how a decision feels. Step 3, list 3 or more options. Most students stop at 1 or 2. Go wider. What else could I do? Can I combine options? Can I test this before committing fully? More options mean better framing. Step 4, name the trade-offs. Every choice has a cost. Time, energy, focus, opportunity. If you can clearly name both the upside and the price, you're ready to choose with eyes open. Avoid these decision traps. Binary framing. Should I do this or not? Instead ask, what are all the ways I could do this? Status framing. What will others think? Instead ask, what decision builds my future? Fear-based framing. What's the safest path? Instead ask, what's the best risk I can take? Good decisions don't start with answers. They start with clarity, and clarity comes from asking the right question before you rush to solve it. That's how you stop reacting to choices and start shaping them intentionally. Make one decision you're wrestling with right now. For example, should I take a part-time job this semester? At first, that feels like a simple yes or no question, but it's not. So let's slow it down and frame it properly. Start by asking, what's the real decision here? Is it about income, experience, structure, or feeling productive? Already the decision looks different. Now ask, why is this coming up now? Is money tight? Are you worried about your resume? Are you feeling unstructured or anxious? Context matters more than you think. Next, expand your options. Most people stop at one or two, but look wider. On-campus work, remote work, a short-term gig, volunteering for experience, a lighter job with flexible hours. Different options solve different problems. Now name the trade-offs. With each option, ask, what do I gain and what do I give up? Time, energy, focus, opportunities elsewhere. Then zoom forward. What does success look like 3 months from now? Less stress, more confidence, clearer direction. When you answer that, the decision starts to clarify itself. This is why framing matters. Remember this mantra: don't rush to decide, rush to define. The quality of your decision depends on the quality of the question you're answering. Now pick one real decision you're facing: an internship, a side hustle, dropping or adding a class, choosing between leadership roles. Run it through the decision framing filter. Define the decision clearly. Ask why now. Expand your options. List the trade-offs. Then rewrite the decision question, better this time. This small pause, this moment of clarity, can save you months of second guessing. If you want to make bold moves in life, school, or business, you don't need better answers. You need better questions. Because better framing unlocks faster clarity, less regret, and stronger alignment with who you're becoming. In our final video, we'll talk about reversibility, how to decide quickly when it's safe to change your mind later. Because not every decision needs overthinking. Some just need enough thinking. See you there. Before you move on, pause. Write down one decision you've been avoiding. Rewrite the question behind it. More clearly, more honestly. Ask yourself, what decision am I really trying to make? That moment of clarity is where better choices begin.